The words are still hanging in the air. I'm not ready for a relationship right now. You heard them. You know you did. But your brain keeps replaying them over and over, trying to make sense of what they mean. And you're just sitting there, frozen, trying to figure out what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to feel, what you're supposed to do now. And she's looking at you, waiting for you to respond. Those same eyes that you've been falling for. Those same eyes that made you believe maybe this could be something. And you can feel your chest getting tight, your throat closing up. But you force a smile. You force yourself to nod. Yeah, I understand. It's all good. But it's not good. Nothing about this is good. Because she didn't say no. That's the part that's killing you. She didn't say she doesn't like you. She didn't say there's no chance. She said, not right now. And those words, those 3 little words, they're about to ruin you. Because they leave hope. They leave possibility. They leave you wondering if maybe, just maybe, if you wait long enough, if you're patient enough, if you're there for her, maybe one day she'll be ready. And that's exactly what destroys you. That maybe, that what if, that tiny sliver of hope that she gave you. Because now you can't let go. Now you can't move on. Now you're stuck. Stuck in this space between having her and losing her. And you don't know which one hurts more. You walk away from that conversation, and your mind is racing. Did I say something wrong? Was I too forward? Should I have waited longer? Should I not have said anything at all? And you keep replaying every moment, every conversation, every look, trying to find where you messed up, trying to figure out what you could have done differently. But you can't change it now. It's done. She said she's not ready, and all you can do is wait, and hope, and slowly fall apart, because you still see her. You still talk to her every day, and every conversation is you trying to read between the lines, trying to figure out if anything's changed, if she's getting closer to being ready, and every text message makes your heart race. Every time she laughs at something you said, you think maybe this is a sign. Maybe she's starting to feel it too. Maybe she's getting ready, but she's not. She's just being herself, being the same person she's always been. And you're over here reading into everything like it means something when it doesn't. You analyze every single thing, the way she says good morning, the emojis she uses, how fast she responds. If she uses periods or exclamation marks, if she adds extra letters to words, you're looking for clues, looking for proof that maybe she's changing her mind, that maybe the feelings are growing, but deep down you know you're just lying to yourself. Nothing's changed. She's still not ready, and you're still stuck waiting, and it's exhausting. Pretending you're okay with this, pretending you're fine being her friend when all you want is more. Every time you hang out, you have to act normal, act like your heart isn't pounding, act like being close to her doesn't make you nervous, act like you're not thinking about holding her hand or kissing her or telling her how you really feel. You have to hide it all, bury it all, because you don't want to pressure her, you don't want to scare her away, you don't want to be that guy who can't take a hint. So you play it cool, you give her space, you let her set the pace, and you tell yourself you're being respectful, you're being patient, you're being a good guy, but really you're just scared. Scared that if you push too hard, she'll pull away completely. Scared that if you ask for clarity, she'll say no. Scared that this little bit of hope you have is all you're ever gonna get. So you hold on to it, you protect it, even though it's killing you. And the worst part is, you don't even know if you should keep hoping. Because what does not ready even mean? Does it mean she likes you but the timing's wrong? Does it mean she needs to work on herself first? Does it mean she just got out of something and needs time? Or does it mean she's just letting you down easy? That she's too nice to say she's not interested? So she's giving you this soft rejection disguised as a maybe? You don't know. And she's not telling you. And you can't ask because that makes you look desperate. That makes you look like you're not respecting her boundaries. So you just accept it. You accept this vague non-answer, and you wait. And you hope. And you slowly lose your mind trying to figure out what's going on in her head. And while you're doing all this, life is passing you by. Your friends are moving on, they're dating, they're in relationships, they're happy, and you're here, stuck on someone who can't even tell you what she wants, stuck in this one-sided almost relationship that's going nowhere. And people keep telling you to move on. They say she's not worth it. They say if she wanted to be with you, she would be. They say you're wasting your time, and maybe they're right, but you can't help it. You can't just turn off your feelings. You can't just stop caring about someone because they're not ready. So you keep waiting. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and nothing changes. She's still not ready, still giving you the same excuse every time you hint at wanting more. And you're starting to realize that maybe this is it. Maybe this is all you're ever gonna get. Maybe not ready is just code for never. But you're too deep now. You've invested too much time, too much energy, too much of your heart. You can't walk away now. Not when you've come this far, not when you've waited this long. But then something happens. Something that changes everything. You're out somewhere, just a normal day, and then you see her with someone, walking together, laughing together. And the way he looks at her, the way she looks at him, you've never seen her look at anyone like that. And your stomach drops, your heart stops, time freezes, and you just stand there, watching, as the girl who told you she wasn't ready holds someone else's hand, and your whole world crashes. Because it was all a lie. She was never not ready. She just wasn't ready for you. And she didn't have the guts to tell you the truth, so she strung you along. She kept you around. She let you hope and wait and believe that maybe one day you'd have a chance. But there was no chance. There was never a chance. She knew it. She just didn't want to hurt your feelings. Or maybe she liked the attention, liked having someone who cared about her, someone who was always there, someone who made her feel wanted while she waited for someone else. And now you feel like an idiot, like the biggest fool in the world, because you wasted all this time on someone who was never going to choose you. You put your life on hold for someone who was living theirs. You gave everything while she gave nothing. And the worst part is you can't even be mad at her, because she never promised you anything. She never led you on. She told you she wasn't ready, and you chose to wait anyway. That's on you, but it still hurts. God, it hurts. It hurts more than if she just rejected you from the start, because at least then you would have known. At least then you could have moved on, started healing, started looking for someone who actually wants you. But instead you wasted months of your life, months of hope, months of waiting, all for nothing. And now you have to figure out how to let go, how to stop caring about someone who clearly never cared about you the same way, how to accept that you were just a placeholder, just someone to pass the time with until the right person came along. And it wasn't you. It was never going to be you. You were just too blind to see it. So you distance yourself. You stop texting first. You stop being so available. You stop trying, and she notices. She asks if you're okay, if something's wrong. And you want to scream at her. You want to tell her everything. Tell her how much she hurt you, how much you gave, how long you waited, how stupid you feel. But you don't. You just say you're busy, you're fine, you're moving on. Because what's the point? She already made her choice, and it wasn't you. And slowly, painfully, you start to heal. You start to realize that someone who really wanted you wouldn't make you wait, wouldn't make you question, wouldn't keep you in limbo. They'd be sure, they'd be ready. They'd choose you without hesitation. And she didn't. So she wasn't your person. She was just a lesson. A painful, heartbreaking lesson about not settling for maybes, about not waiting for someone who doesn't know if they want you, about knowing your worth and walking away when someone can't see it. And one day you'll be okay. One day you'll look back and be grateful it didn't work out. Because you deserve better. You deserve someone who's ready, someone who's sure, someone who looks at you and doesn't need time to think about it. They just know, and that person is out there. But you'll never find them if you're still stuck waiting for someone who was never going to be ready for you. So you let go. You move on, and you promise yourself you'll never wait for anyone like that again, because your time is valuable, your heart is valuable, and you're not going to waste either on someone who doesn't see that. Someone who keeps you as an option while they look for something better. You deserve to be someone's first choice, their only choice, their right now, not their maybe someday. And she taught you that. She taught you what you don't want, what you won't accept, what you deserve. And maybe that's the only good thing that came from all this pain. The knowledge that you're worth more than being someone's backup plan, more than being kept around just in case, more than being told to wait while they figure out what they want. You're worth being chosen, being wanted, being loved, and the right person won't make you question that. They won't make you wait. They'll just be ready, ready for you, ready for this, ready for everything. And when you find that person, you'll understand why it never worked out with her. Because she wasn't meant to be yours. She was just meant to show you what you deserve. And you deserve so much more than she could ever give.